Ugh. The air in here reeks. Can't wait to get out in the open. Man, what is that? I've never smelled anything so foul. Oh, it's me. Gotta do something about that. And soon.
Hello, we're back in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and this time we can actually talk about it. So there's been one change so far when it comes to the story, and that is Avalanche wasn't the ones that completely blew up the reactor and kind of took everything out. Shinra did it. Remember when they ordered all of the robots to start blowing up the reactor? I'm not sure how I feel about that change. It definitely shows like straight away how ruthless Shinra are. But it does kind of take away from Avalanche causing all of this collateral damage. I mean, they kind of forced Shinra's hand, I guess, so they're still at least partially responsible. But rather than being fully responsible, which Jesse's going to talk about in just a sec.
I felt that one in my guts.
They just keep on coming.
We need to get out of this place.
Was it the Mako density? The primary explosive? The blasting agent?
Hey, we can figure that out later.
I'm running on empty here.
You can refuel at the base.
Next time I'll have to bring a little pick-me-up.
So yeah, Jesse's blaming herself, right? Because she was the one that made the bomb.
Not far.
So it wasn't intentional, all the damage that they've caused, but we're about to see they've caused a lot of damage.
That's about as good a place as any.
Stand back then. I'll set the bomb.
Can't wait to see you, Marlene.
Can't wait to take a hot shower.
Also, Biggs is a stinky, stinky boy.
She's good to go. Fire in the hole!
You sure told those doors.
Let that be a lesson to anything that gets in my way.
Attention all citizens. Attention all citizens. This is an alert from the Shinra Emergency Operations Center. Unidentified intruders have detonated a bomb inside Mako Reactor 1. Multiple explosions have been confirmed, as well as ongoing fire. In response, a disaster warning has been issued in Sectors 1 and 8. Structures in the area are at high risk of collapse, rendering the entire sector hazardous. Therefore, all residents of Sector 8...
No way.
This couldn't have been us, could it?
But what if it was?
What's done is done.
Merc's right. It ain't pretty, but we can't stop now. This was just the first reactor, and the planet won't be safe till we get the rest.
Yeah. We always knew this was gonna get messy.
And this is only the beginning.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice. Though you may not be crying out, I know you're in pain, just like the planet. But it's okay, cause I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders. Your fears, your worries, your concerns, and yes, your fees. Whatever your problem, I got you.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough. We get our asses home!
He's quite the leader, isn't he, Barrett, in this one? So yeah, voice acting. What I always found really fascinating is that... I mean, I didn't... Apart from Wedge, obviously, the way the characters sound in this game is actually really close to the voices I had for them in my head.
Shoot for the last train home. Regroup in the freight car. Got it?
Especially Barrett and Cloud. They don't actually use the Advent Children voice actors. They hired all new voice actors for this game, but Cloud does sound really similar to the way he does in Advent Children.
I'd like my money now.
You can have it once we're back at base.
So yeah, we get to see the scale of what we've just done.
I don't need to tell you what this is, right?
Of course not. It's healing materia.
You can have it for saving my life.
Just doing my job. Nothing more.
Yeah. Fact is, I'm lucky you were there.
Survival can be a matter of luck or skill. And you can't rely on luck.
Words to live by.
Yeah, well, thanks.
You do know how to use it, right?
You do know what I was, right?
We know what you were, Cloud. I don't need no stinking tutorial, because surprisingly, and I was really surprised about this when I first played it, the materia system is back, and it's intact. It works in more or less the same way that it worked in the original game. I was not expecting that to be a thing. Given this is like one of the more modern Final Fantasy games. This is the most modern Final Fantasy game actually at the time of recording this. Yeah, this is the most modern one. Given this is a modern one, I was expecting this to have more like a sphere grid kind of system, and it does, and we'll get into that. It's actually quite interesting how they've handled it, but yeah, the materia systems here, I was really surprised and also really happy about it, but there is one change. If you look at the stats as I cycle through the materias, your MP goes up with healing materia, but equipping magic materia doesn't make your strength go down and your magic attack go up, which I think is a really interesting choice. It means you get to balance your party out a little bit easier. You also get to set your thingies as well. Your abilities. Say if I wanted, I don't know, cure on LB plus A, I can do that. Yeah, all sorts of stuff you can do. Enemy intel too. But we'll get into it as we
I
go.
was only trying to help. Oh, before I forget, here's a little something extra for being so brave. That really was the ride of a lifetime. Well, see you on the train.
I got 2 high potions and a bottle of ether. Also, another real cool touch. Look at his Buster Sword. It has 2 glowy boys in it now. You actually see the materia slotted into the weapons on the character model. Which again is just such a nice little touch. A lot of attention to detail. I mean, look at these environments. They're insanely detailed. This game is so gorgeous. This has got to be one of the best looking games that you can play right now. And there's the reactor in the distance. I mean, look at the scale of what we've done. Or what Shinra's done, I guess. But like I said, we are responsible for this. And again, that's just how this game plays this. It will take the same events, but it will flesh them out like this. Just to increase the scale of just everything. It's so good, it's so well done. We're also on the top plate as well. I said during the Crisis Core playthrough that the one thing I did enjoy so much about the Midgar section of the first game is how you don't really see much of the top plate. But kind of that juxtaposition between, you know, the life of luxury and then going down into the slums. This game remedies that. You do actually see quite a lot of the above plates.
Here is a public security officer. You may alternatively contact security headquarters. I repeat. This is an alert from the Shinra.
I feel like this playthrough is going to be like hundreds of hours long. It's because I'm going to be stopping to look at things all the time. Look, I am sorry if it's boring, but I have to.
Where are you?
Look at it.
Up here! Look up!
There has to be another way.
I said look up!
Well, you're
Careful
well
up here. This could collapse at any moment. If you want up, you'll have to use those stairs.
Can you hear me? Where's that stretcher?
So hopefully this is recording okay. I've kind of dropped OBS for Shadowplay now because OBS was giving me lots of performance issues. And it was starting to get really annoying. You may have seen the jump cuts in the previous episode and how it just suddenly lowered the resolution. For some reason, when I'm using OBS, my computer just cannot take it anymore. But when I'm using Shadowplay, it seems to be fine, so hopefully this is recording okay. Like, I've got a pretty beefy PC, so... Look at it! Just look at it! This is insane! The amount of work that went into this game is unbelievable. You have to stop and appreciate it. There's the Shinra building up there. Shinra Electric Power Company. We also have the Shinra as paramedics too.
Ken, give us a sign.
Got someone in need of medical attention. Send a stretcher.
Station's intact.
We also have a map as well, so we can actually see the parts that we may have missed, like the alleyway down here.
Don't
Can
worry.
actually get down
We'll
there.
get you looked at soon enough.
We cannot.
Pretty sure the guys in Sector 7 are on their way.
Also, how about that remixed soundtrack?
What the? He couldn't be. But then... The hell? You're not real. You're dead.
I am.
I killed you with my own...
Oh, you need not remind me. It was the crowning moment of our time together. But that was then, and this is now. I have a favor to ask. Our beloved planet is dying. Slowly. Silently. Painfully. Can you bear to see the planet suffer? Cloud. Were the planet to die, so many things would be lost. Your hometown, oh, so bright. The sound of her voice, pleading for me to spare you. The shiver of her flesh, yielding to cold steel. That which binds us together would be no more, and I would be loath to live in such a world, which is why I must ask you this one favor. Don't worry, it's a simple thing. Run, Cloud. Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard!
Good, Cloud. Very good. Hold on to that hatred.
I'm seeing things. Fumes from all the Mako, maybe. Alright. You got this.
So yeah, Sephiroth. Sephiroth's here. First of all, this music now, this is actually a remix of an Advent Children song. This doesn't appear in the original game. They put like Advent Children soundtrack stuff in here too, and it fits so well with the tone and the atmosphere. Hopefully the music isn't too low, because obviously I don't want it to drown my voice out, but hopefully you can hear it. I'm pretty sure the year this game came out, I think it won Game of the Year for the music, didn't it? Absolutely deserved it too. So yeah, Sephiroth is here straight away. He's a bigger force in this game during the Midgar section than he was in the original, and if you think back to my commentary on the original game, if you haven't seen that, absolutely go see that, because I'm going to be referencing it a lot, I think. But you may remember when I said the thing I liked the most about the Midgar section is how they all talk about Sephiroth in this like hushed reverence, right? Like, Sephiroth is here? Did Sephiroth do this? And you don't know who he is, but it builds him up to be this kind of like shadowy, like mega figure, right? Like you know he's a hero, but you know that he fell. He's a fallen hero, and everyone talks about how like powerful he is. It really builds him up to be like a legend. And it's quite a while into the game before you start to really see him. And seeing him straight away in this, at first I didn't like it. This kind of made me apprehensive for the rest of the game a little bit. But the more I think about it, the more I kind of realise how silly that is, because this game is just as much for newcomers as it is for people that have played the original. Like, they know that a large chunk of people playing this would have played the original, so you already know who Sephiroth is. And you already know about Cloud, and you already know what he's going to go through, and what he has been through already. So they can play on that a lot straight away and flesh out the story that way as well, and kind of like tell a different kind of vibe for the story that way as well, which is what they do. And you're going to see more of that. There's going to be some other stuff happening a bit later on that at first you're thinking, wait, that's weird, why is that there? But it all gets explained away. They've got some interesting ideas for this game, I'll just say that. I don't want to go too much into it now, but at the risk of spoilers, let's just say, as pretentious as this is going to sound right now, this game has a lot to reckon with about the nature of a remake and what a remake should actually be. The creators and the writers of this game, they question what a remake should be. But I'll leave it at that for now. Let's just continue our excursion through Midgar.
I'm gonna miss my train!
At least the
You
trains
are
are still
advised to vacate the area immediately. The explosions at the reactor have caused numerous ongoing fires. Many homes are at risk. It is not safe to remain indoors. Please leave your residences at once. I repeat. This is an alert from the Shinra Emergency Operations Center. An evacuation order
I
has
love the
been
tone
issued to
of this section of the game.
vicinity of-
It's so good, considering the tone from the original.
You are advised
Like on the
to
original, I
vacate
think
the
by
area
now we'd already jumped onto a train. It's already been, like, we've already met Aerith, we've already jumped onto the train and made it back.
Many homes are at risk. It is not safe
Not on
to
the
remain
remake. On the
indoors.
remake they're going to let it stew for a little bit longer. They want to set the tone, they want to make you feel something.
Man,
This is an alert
what a
from the
mess.
Shinra Emergency Operations Center. An evacuation
Like, a lot of
order has
people,
been
their
issued
reading
to
of this
the
game is that it's really pro eco-terrorism, and I don't agree with that assessment. Like, it's pro-environment for sure, but how can you look at this and the tone and what it's trying to set out in front of you and say that this is pro what you've just done?
Please leave your residences at once.
Do what you like. I'm taking the kids to safety.
No, we stay
This is an
together.
alert from the
Yeah,
Shinra
together.
Emergency Operations
I don't want
Center.
to leave without you.
An evacuation order has been issued to the occupants' buildings in the vicinity of...
But again, it's Shinra that did this, not Avalanche, but I do want to stress, Shinra were just using Avalanche as an excuse for sure, but Avalanche gave them that excuse. And Shinra absolutely need to be fought and destroyed. Like, that's a given. But it definitely makes it grey at this point. It's not until much later in through the runtime of the original where it starts to kind of have this tone and message around what Avalanche are doing. But here, it opens with it. And here we are, on Loveless Street. There's some materia over there which we can grab later. That's where we need to go. Also, that's such a good idea for a map. When you press Y, it zooms in relative to where you are. That's such a good idea. I wish more games would do that. I don't think we can
Don't
get
let
this
the
interior
intruder
just
escape.
yet. Need to find another way around. Can't get that way either. But we're back. We're back on Loveless Street. And look how amazing it looks. And we can see off in the distance. That's Aerith in the distance. I just want to say about Aerith, you're going to see this almost straight away, but I really like what they've done with Aerith's character on this one. They nailed it. They absolutely nailed it, I think. They haven't really changed her character much, it's just the lines they give her and the delivery that the voice actress gives her. It's like perfect. Like, by the end of this game I actually kind of fell in love with Aerith a little bit. She's so endearing, but you're about to see that for yourself.
too weak to save anyone. Not even yourself.
Are you okay? Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Here, this is for you.
Huh? A flower?
That's right. It's a gift. You know, for scaring those things away.
What things?
Never mind. Think of it as a memento.
Just my luck.
I heard that, you know.
How much?
Well, that depends on the customer. In your case... it's on the house.
Huh?
Lovers used to give these when they were reunited.
Look, I'm involved in things. Dangerous things.
Oh, I'm sure you are. So?
So keep your distance.
Wait, you think someone's out to get you? Is that what you're all worked up about? Relax. No one's going to attack you. I promise.
Hey, a Mako reactor just blew. You shouldn't be out here trying to sell.
Help me! What are they?
Yeah, I was asking myself the exact same thing, to be honest. Wait, what? Wait, what? What are these?
Are you blind?
You know, you're right.
Wait!
Nice meeting you.
Anyway,
Sword on the
it's the
ground.
music.
Right now!
It's the battle theme! It's so cool!
It's over. It's over. Not
Oh, there are people that don't like this game. Did you know there are people that think this game is bad? Like the implementation of the music. It's so good. It's just so good. I'm so happy. Like if I was gonna make a big boy budget JRPG like this, the lesson I would take from this game is to have like a field theme and then a battle version of that field theme. Even if you got random battles, right? And as you enter and leave the battles, the music would swell up and then calm down again each time. Just to avoid that repetition of like the battle theme breaking up the other music. Which is kind of what this game does. And it's so effective and it's so good.
Stop!
no holding back. Going in.
And then it fades back out again. It's just it's so well done. So good. I got an orb of HP up materia. I'll definitely equip that. I'll probably equip that instead of fire. HP boost of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 as it levels up. Pretty sure it still levels up with AP as well. It does, you just don't need like ridiculous amounts anymore.
I repeat. This is an alert from the Shinra Emergency Operations Center. The area near the expressway is still extremely
So we're trying to get to the station over here.
dangerous. Those in the vicinity are instructed to leave immediately.
So again, it's gonna just give us some gameplay for a while, instead of just skipping straight to the end now. Like the end of the scene.
An evacuation order has been issued to the operations building in the vicinity of the Sector 8 expressway.
That bastard couldn't have gotten far. Stay alert.
Don't want to stick around here.
The explosions at the reactor have caused
Also, check his sword. Now he has a purpley materia. It matches with what you have equipped, which is, again, I just really appreciate small details like that. Like, that shows that they really care. To me, that's the sign of a development team that really care about what they're doing. It's all in the small details.
Not bad.
Don't stand a chance. Not against Cloud. So this is an orb of deadly dodge materia, which I also want to use, but I guess I'll equip that when I get another slot, which should hopefully be soon.
All clear.
Here we go.
Come on, attack me! Attack me again!
Anytime now. Right. You're done. So long. Nothing to it.
area near the expressway is still extremely dangerous. Those in the vicinity are instructed to leave immediately. If you
Got a pair of power wrist guards. What do they do? Increase the strength by 5%. Don't mind if I do.
and avoid the process near the expressway.
Got some London phone boxes with Chokimo.
Just give it up. Don't run.
There's nowhere to run.
Let's finish this. Here it comes.
Oh, the combat system's so good.
Try this. That's that.
Such a good way of handling the combat system, I think.
All right.
So the way that it works is, kind of works really similar to Crisis Core. Because Crisis Core is similar to this, I guess, but the way it works is, it's all real time, obviously, but you can kind of pause it, or go into super slow motion, and then start picking out your abilities and whatnot. If you look down on the bottom right hand side, you see how we have an ATB meter that's split into two chunks. It's really similar to Final Fantasy 13 in that respect, in that your abilities take a certain number of ATB chunks to use. And that ticks up over time, but also it ticks up whenever you auto attack, or whenever you attack, it moves it up as well. So if you want to kill yourself, it takes one ATB bar.
Enemy combatants, you are surrounded. Lay down your weapon and surrender.
There's also a stagger meter, just like Final Fantasy 13. It's taking all the good bits from 13, basically. So when the stagger, you do 160% extra damage. Also, to save having to constantly pause the game like this, I have my limit break too. You can hold down one of the bumpers, and then you get your shortcuts, just like in Crisis Core. So I can go, whoopah!
You're out of luck.
And the limit breaks work the same way too, more or less. You take damage and it just slows it up. It's a very good combat system. Like when you play these games in release order, you can really see like them iterating towards where we're at now. It plays quite similarly to Final Fantasy 15 and 13 mixed together. Which, considering they were the last two non-MMO games to be released, mainline, that makes sense, right? That tracks. That they'll take the best parts of both.
Let's do this.
Okay, where haven't I explored yet? I've explored everywhere down there, so let's carry on. So hopefully that explanation makes sense. It goes by a bit quick, and I know I skipped the tutorials in the previous episode, so I thought I'd just explain it for a bit there. So for the stronger enemies, it's all about building up that stagger meter. Anything over here? Nope. Again, very similar to 13, it's all about the stagger meter really. One problem with playing this game now is those kind of callbacks to 13, they don't really make sense if you haven't seen it or played it yourself. But I will get to 13 eventually, in about 6,000 years. My plan was to actually play them in release order, but I've got to get Final Fantasy VII out of my head, so I'm playing it now.
Open fire! Shoot to kill!
Close call.
Be advised! Target approaching residential area! Steel hall access immediately!
Target sighted! Get him!
It's all or nothing now.
See how they've... Again, the music! You're hearing how they've taken two songs from Final Fantasy VII and they've mixed them together? It's insane. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is how you do a remake. Like, a lot of people have got a lot of problems with this game, and I do too, don't get me wrong. But, my god. You can't say they don't care about it. You can't say they didn't put effort into it. This has got to be the best implementation of just music in a video game yet.
Don't underestimate him.
Shield boy! Oh, he didn't last long.
Not bad.
It does get harder than this too. It gets a lot less button mashing later on.
I see him!
That's that. Enough.
I didn't explain what the deadly
It's never
dodge
in doubt.
materia did I? So I got this deadly dodge materia. Attack command will do area damage immediately after dodging.
Confirmed! Target has entered residential area!
missing anywhere. I want to explore everywhere. I want to explore every single nook and cranny of this game.
You're mine now!
That's deadly dodge materia. It's a shame that you have to unlock hard mode by completing the game once. I've always wanted to try this on hard mode. I've heard it's like brutal because your MP doesn't recharge or anything, and I don't think you can use items either. Come on, attack me, coward!
See ya.
No, you attack me. Do it. Do it. Ooh, what's up here? Is it secrets? It is secrets. Out of my way, tables. I think that's back the way I came.
He's here!
Let's do this. Get ready.
Keep away!
Floppy. It's over. I see. See ya.
More secrets. I don't think so.
Enemy combatants, you have been warned. Surrender yourself to public security immediately. You have nowhere to run. Not so fast.
Here we go.
Fun's over!
Let's do this. You're mine. Brace yourself.
No way!
You're done. Here we go.
Level up.
Using
Come on, do it. Do it.
I'll stop you!
Try this.
Oh, I thought it was behind him.
Yeah!
No holding back. That's that. Nothing to it.
Oh, my face is aching from all the smiling that I'm doing. Does the material show on his bangle? Oh, it does not. That's a shame. I got a Moogle medal. I don't remember what those do.
Into the light, punk!
I'm gonna enjoy this. You're dead. Good as dead.
Now it's the proper battle theme.
Back off.
It's the escalation of the music. It's just so good. It gets you so hyped.
Get ready.
Oh, I didn't stun him. The huntsman, let's go! Let's go! Oh!
All right.
Gotta try and get behind him. Easier said than done. Once I do, though.
Come on. Try this.
Iframes don't work quite the same way as Crisis Core.
Sloppy.
Pressure him. Too early.
No holding back.
Do it.
Shit. Let's do this.
See what I mean about sometimes it's not about taking their HP out, it's about staggering them.
HQ, this is Sector 8, Unit 2. Target is surrounded. Moving to secure.
Wait! I know that. Guess Cloud won't be joining us after all.
No need to assume the worst. I'm sure he's fine. You saw him in action, didn't you? Guy's a soldier. Goddamn one-man army.
You think he's a keeper?
On my go. You had me worried for a minute. What the hell you been up to? Huh?
I love Barrett.
Giving public security the runaround. That's what. Had to draw them away from the station somehow.
Nicely done.
Well, can't argue with results, huh? What?
Wait. Got a question for you all.
What?
Ever been attacked by an invisible enemy?
What?
Wearing robes. Came and went like the wind.
Thought they were invisible.
They were, at first. Only saw them after she grabbed me.
A new Shinra weapon, maybe?
More like a panic-induced hallucination.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Suit yourself. Come on, let's move up.
A lot of people here.
And in the freight car, too.
Because of the evacuation order, maybe?
Lucky us. We've got a crowd to hide in. Head for the front of the train and hold there.
So yeah, the ghosty boys that were attacking Gareth, we should probably talk about those. I'm not going to say what they are because, you know, that's the mystery. That's half of the mystery of the remake, so there's no point spoiling it. But the important takeaway is that Cloud couldn't see them until Aerith touched him. Which is a detail I never picked up on at first. Even though we just said it, I never really picked up on it because at this point I was too busy being enamoured with the game. Apprehension of the Sephiroth stuff aside, by this point I was completely in love with the game. Like, it had won me over at this point, to be honest.
How dare they say they're doing this for the planet?
But those ghosty boys, they are a new element to the story. And it does explain what they are in this game.
So cramped. Man, everyone's on edge.
Sorry to
Of
disturb
course they are.
Hey, Cloud.
If you're about to unburden yourself, don't.
Yeesh. You don't make it easy.
Stop that right now!
Sorry, I didn't mean to bump
I'll be nice and talk to you. Mind?
Hey, got a sec? You're
Perpetrators yet.
holding up pretty well, huh? Even after what we saw at the station and all over Sector 8?
I'm a soldier.
Just leave me alone,
Wow.
alright?
My hands are still shaking.
You get used to it.
Something to look forward to. Or maybe not.
Why don't you learn to take a hint, buddy?
Little help, Cloud? Please? I can't stop thinking about it. The bomb I made shouldn't have produced an explosion that big. It doesn't make any sense.
The explosion triggered a reaction with the Mako. You said so yourself.
That was my first guess, but shouldn't a reactor have fail-safes to prevent that kind of thing? You mentioned invisible enemies back there, right?
Right.
No. I'm just looking for excuses for something that was clearly my own fault. Gotta own up to it if I'm gonna learn from this and move on. Thanks, Cloud. You're a good listener.
Let's just talk about our terrorist act really loudly on this crowded train.
What kind of maniacs would go so far as to bomb a reactor?
They've yet to announce it publicly, but I heard it was Avalanche's doing.
Really? Aren't they the terrorists who tried to kill the president?
Is there nothing they won't do?
Hey, quit talking out your ass.
He's such an
Everyone knows
intimidating man.
Avalanche cares about
Look at the
saving
size of him.
Just who do you think you are?
a law-abiding, concerned citizen.
Law-abiding? Really?
Shh. Don't antagonize him.
In my humble opinion, that explosion was a message. A message to the bastards bleeding our planet dry. Think they got it? Heard it loud and clear? Y'all's masters?
We will not submit to intimidation or violence, but work together for peace and prosperity. That is how civilized people change the world.
That's right.
I mean, that's just not true, is it?
Them fighting words.
It's what we believe. We all have to follow our conscience, don't we?
We should go.
Right.
And Barrett is wound so tightly in this game. Like, he is in the original too, but you really get it across in this one.
More than molasses, am I right?
Am I right,
Give me that
gamers?
suit. Shinra creed my ass.
Oh, are you about to learn about Midgar?
Let's get this out of the way. Personally, I find visual aids make the dull stuff a lot more bearable. If it helps, think of it as an initiation rite.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm not...
There's such a thing as playing too hard to get. So, here we've got a wireframe model of the great city of Midgar, complete with massive steel plates suspended 300 meters above ground level, atop which stands a shining beacon of civilization. The whole system is sustained by the Mako reactors, which feed the insatiable appetites of the public.
The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly.
This here is the train's route. As you can see, it'll take us around this main pillar. Look, we're about halfway through it now. They've set up a checkpoint here to scan the IDs of all passengers heading in and out. Date of birth, residential status, criminal history, all that and more is automatically cross-referenced in their databases. Public security wouldn't have it any other way. Heads up. Don't worry. Our IDs are impeccable. What'd I tell ya? Have a little faith. Won't be long till we reach the bottom. Relax.
Take a good look. It's because of that great big pizza in the sky that people down there gotta struggle to survive. Shinra sucks up Mako while the soil turns to dust, the air fills with smog, and the flowers die.
Then leave and don't look back. That's what's always worked for me.
Well, that's all well and good. If you're only out for yourself. But the folks down there don't have the luxury of choice, you know?
Like this train, I suppose. There's only one way it can go.
Yeah, the writing is slightly better than in the original. No, the writing's so much better than in the original. It's one thing it really does have going for it. At least in the dialogue. Like, the dialogue writing's a lot better. And Jesse's actually a character now.
Hey! Still alive?
Over here! Oh, you guys!
Damn straight.
Daddy!
Oh, sweetheart.
I'm glad you're home.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Goodness.
Knew it couldn't be that bad. No way.
Hot damn, we are good!
Yes! Bombs detonated 1, members lost 0.
And one step closer to a brighter future.
Hell yeah!
Guys! Lower your voices, huh? People are listening.
Oh, right.
Now get some R&R. You've earned it. Just be ready for the next mission, all right? See you soon. At 7th Heaven. You know, where Tifa works. Don't keep her waiting. She'll worry. Not long now, honey.
Oh, the music. Please just let me listen to the music for a minute.
Are you sure you haven't seen my husband?
If I did, I don't remember.
Like, one thing that the original game never did, because of its top-down perspective, you never just got to look up and just see the absolute scale of Midgar. It's unbelievable.
Is still there?
Somehow. As long as the trains are running, it'll be work as usual tomorrow.
Just looking up at the plate,
Somehow. As long as the
seeing where the light's coming from, the artificial
He's
light.
really tall. You'd have no trouble spotting him, even if he was in a crowd.
Sorry, doesn't ring any bells.
Please, you must
And
have seen
one of the major things is it's not actually nighttime. They just live in perpetual twilight because it's blocking out the sky. If you look through the cracks in between the plates, you can actually see that it's daytime. But they're just perpetually under this artificial light.
Are you sure you haven't seen my husband?
If I did, I don't
How are
remember.
people here taking the news?
It's got a lot of them worried.
This game is gorgeous.
Huge explosion on TV?
Yeah, I saw it.
But we'll leave it there for now. We'll go chapter by chapter. How about that?
Come on out, ghosts!
Wow, am I hungry? Guess I'll stop by one of the food stalls.
So, you hear that burger joint staying open tonight?
No way! I'd kill for one right now.
And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.